Hey there, I'm Cynthia, founder of What You Seek is Within. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I call preventing parental fires. As mindful mamas of spirited kids, I know that we struggle a lot with keeping calm. We run out of patience quickly, and sometimes the day just really doesn't go the way we expect it to. So I'm here to give you my helpful tips on how to make the day go smoother. So first of all, let's start by preventing the parental fires. Everybody says, start with prevention. It's the best medicine. So yes, let's start there. The best way to prevent a parental fire is to keep a bucket of patience handy. Not a little cup, but a bucket, because you're going to need it. So here are the things that I do to keep my bucket full. So I tend to go to sleep before 10 p.m. and I wake up before 6 a.m. That gives me the most energy possible. In the morning, I drink straight cucumber juice or a smoothie with cucumber juice in it, or I drink peppermint tea. I've got a little rose water spritzer that I spritz on my face, or I diffuse rose essential oil, which is pretty expensive, so I tend to go with the spritz of the rose water. I also do a meditative activity in the morning or traditional meditation, depending on how I'm feeling. Some days, if I wake up with that feeling and I know I'm not going to have a lot of patience that day, I'll carry like a rose quartz stone with me, or I always have my reminder jewelry on. And then I just sort of take it easy. Like I don't do anything incredibly taxing, not taxing to my mind or taxing to my body. I tend to just stay away from those things on those days. And you'll know what one of those days are when you wake up in the morning and before you even have a chance to get out of bed, your mind is already thinking negative thoughts. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to get out of bed. Why won't the kids just leave me alone? Those sorts of thoughts, you know what I mean. So on those days, that's how I fill up my bucket. And then the days where you haven't had a chance to fill up your bucket and you're one spark away from a blazing fire, this is what I do. I tend to leave a situation. If my children are already being naughty, I just get out of there. I go to my bedroom, I go to the bathroom, wherever I can go to get away from the situation. Then I just sit. I sit and I feel the sensations in my body and I release them. I use the letting go technique by Dr. Hawkins that we've talked about before. And then I use the mantra, the patience I seek is within. It's that patience that's key to everything that we do with our children. And then I might spend 5 or 10 minutes meditating if I've got time. I might spend some time doing some deep breathing to really move my diaphragm and calm my body. If I don't have time to do any of that, if I'm stuck in the car with the kids, I'll turn on the music. I've got a special CD that I keep in my car that's just for like keeping mommy happy. And I'll play that. And the kids kind of know, oh, if mommy put on her happy CD, we need to calm down. If I'm alone, I might sing a song. But the biggest part that you really, really need to get to, that you might not, it might be something you've never done before in this particular moment. Because if you're one spark away from a fire, remembering how much you love your children is not the first thing that most parents do, but it's critical. You need to actually remember that you do love your children. And as mad as you are right now, you don't want to take it out on them. You don't want to yell at them. You don't want to be mean to them. So just remember, just think of some really good times that you've had with your children and remember how much you really do love them, because I know you do. And then the last one I call when you are already engulfed in flames, metaphorically, of course. When you've already yelled, you just lost your mind, you're screaming at your kids, and you're literally trying as hard as you can to make the words stop coming out of your mouth. Those times. As soon as you can get those words to stop coming out of your mouth, retreat. Go somewhere else. Seriously, don't start crying and beg for your child's forgiveness. Just get out of there. Go to your bedroom, go to the bathroom, whatever. Call your husband. Hey, can you take care of the kids for a minute? And you're going to do a lot of the same things that I just told you to do before in the previous instance. You're going to feel the sensations in your body. You're going to release them. You're going to use a different mantra this time because now you're really seeking for calm because you've already lost it. So you're going to use the calm I seek is within. And then one really, really important thing, and I love this question. Erin Korselman of Honestly ADHD taught me this, and it's something I never used before. And when she told me, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I have to use that. And so I really love it. And so I want you to use it too. But the question is, what went right for you and your child in that moment? Because if you focus on what went right, you're going to come away with a whole different experience in this situation. I'm sure you can find plenty of things that went wrong, but think about what went right and see how you can capitalize on that and really, be proud of yourself for walking away from the situation and not continuing to scream, or for your child not yelling things back at you or calling you names or telling you they hate you, which I know I've heard so many times, and I'm sure you have too. So really, what went right? Really think about that and really let it in, because there is always something that goes right in every situation. Okay, maybe not every situation, but in most situations. And then really try to determine what triggered your parental fire. Was it just a buildup of things throughout the day and you didn't stop and fill your bucket when you needed to? Or was there a specific thing that your child did that really just set you off? Because that is what we want to capture. If you can figure out what that specific trigger is, then you can work on it. Then you know, okay, I'm going to write this down and I'm going to work on this later. I'm really triggered when my kid whines. One of my children whines a lot. And in fact, I was a whiner. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I was. Growing up, I whined a lot as a child. And I feel so bad for my mom now because I know how difficult it is to listen to a child whining day after day after day. And so that's one of my triggers. But if you can figure out what your trigger is, you can work on it later on. You can do some emotion code to release it. You can even just use the letting go technique. You can talk with your child about it and try to figure out how you can, come up with a better solution there. Stuff like that. And then also, when you're done, you should really apologize to your child after you've gotten yourself under control. Tell your child, you know what, mom's not perfect, and sometimes I have trouble with emotional regulation too. And there's no need to go overboard or ply them with treats for forgiveness, but just maybe talk to them and get some suggestions from them about how you can avoid a similar situation in the future. I mean, seriously, they might surprise you with some very innovative ideas. I know my kids do. So that's about it. Those are my tips for those 3 different times. So I hope you'll hang on to those and use them the next time you're about to lose your mind. And preferably before, when you wake up in the morning, do those things that I told you to really fill up your patience bucket so that you don't get to the point where you're about to lose your mind. Thanks for listening. This is Cynthia. What you seek is within. Catch you next week.